Welcome to today's video where I'm going to discuss how I maintain my thick, luscious, natural hair as a busy mom and nurse. So make sure you like this video and make sure you subscribe, y'all. So if you don't know who I am already, because I realize I'm getting a lot of new followers, my name is Lesline. I am your favorite nurse yogi. I am a registered nurse by trade. I have been practicing as a registered nurse for 12 years, and I'm also a certified yoga instructor. I've been practicing teaching as a certified yoga instructor for the past 5 years, but I've been practicing yoga personally since 2009. All right, so now that you're here, let's get into how I maintain all of that. Is that all of your hair? I like when people say that, there's like underneath, like, I feel like it's projection. Like you're like, wow, that's a lot. Like, how do you maintain it? Because I can't maintain my hair. I'm just calling a thing a thing. I'm just calling a thing a thing. So it's like, watch how you speak to other people that choose to wear their natural hair, because it's like, what are you trying to say, right? I am so thankful to God. Genetically is the main reason like my hair is this way. Also, because of my diet, nutrition, exercise, sleep, that contributes to the health of my hair, along with these nails. But that's a separate thing with the nails. Let's get into the tips, the products that your girl uses. And I have a script because I go on tangents a lot. So just for some context, I have been natural since I actually started my yoga practice personally. I told you all, I personally started my yoga practice. And when I say yoga practice, I don't mean like a brick and mortar. I mean starting yoga. Like I took my first yoga class in 2009. That same time, a lot happened. Can we discuss that? Because if you are a millennial like me, I am 34. So if you are a 91, 92, 89, like in that cusp of millennial, dumb, whatever, 2009 was an interesting time. That was when Instagram first started. That was when I started my natural hair journey. That was when YouTube, like here, the natural hair OGs, Natural 85 was my natural OG. Like all respect to Natural 85, right? Let me know who your favorite natural hair YouTuber was down below. I'd love to know. Mine was Natural 85, and I also have to shout out my sister, because my sister was the one that actually put me onto YouTube, and she's a few years younger than me, and I remember she was like, yeah, like, I watch these people on YouTube, blah, 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 and I was like, okay, and then I started watching, and I was like, I actually kind of like this, because the people seem like they're like me, right? So in 2009, I decided to shave my head. I think that was the first time. I've shaved my head multiple times. And I actually, when I got married, I'm also married. I've been married for 10 years this year. And I had shaved head. I don't know if I'm gonna leave a picture because I don't want to put editing Lesline to work, y'all. So, but I had buzzed my head. Nothing was in my head. And I forget how I did my veil. I forget how, but I wore a veil. I think maybe it was a headband or something. And I wanted a long veil to compensate for not having, the bundles. All right. So 2009, did the first big chop. What came right here on YouTube, and I was like, how do I wear it? I guess I put the little combs. Y'all know how it goes. Wear it. And I didn't wear earrings back then, so I just didn't like to. So it was just like puffs. I wore a lot of puffs and things like that. And then fast forward to working in the hospital, I had to always just make sure I kept it away, because I would never wear my hair like this in the hospital. That is just a tip. If you are considering starting working in healthcare in any kind of aspect as a nurse tech, as a certified nursing, no matter respiratory therapist, physical, no matter what, if you are in the People's Hospital and you are considering your natural hair journey, maybe you're like, I'm going to, what was the other term? Like some people, they didn't big chop back in 2009. They like just grew out their hair. So they had a lot of hair still, and they just like, trim. So if you have all that hair and you're transitioning, I highly suggest you wear it in a puff. You braid it down like something, because working in the hospital and having to wipe butts and be in it, you're in the patient's, nether regions and all that, cleaning them and all. Gosh, you need to tuck everything away. You don't want all this hair in the C diff. Okay. Anyways, so I've been natural for a minute. I also locked my hair. So 2009, I did the first big chop. Then fast forward, when did I lock my hair? I locked my hair right before my kids. So I got married in 2016, big chopped, grew my hair out, locked it for about less than 5 years. Locked my hair to the point that it was to my shoulders. I never like to say I had dreads. This might be something really old school, but I am first generation Jamaican American, and so locks is the better word to use. My mom always says like dreads means dreadful, and locks are not dreadful. They're beautiful. Like it's beautiful hair. Like anyways, so I always say locks. I don't like when people say dreadful or dreads. I don't like it at all because I feel like that implicates dirtiness, and locks are not that. Okay, so just putting that out of the way. So locked my hair, then I chopped my locks off when I turned 30. I was like, 30, it's a new decade. Like, hello? And so chopped my locks off at 30, and I have been growing out my hair since. So now I'm 34. So here we are 4 years later. Yeah, that sounds right. Yep. 4 years later. And last year, when I was 33, my Jesus year, I didn't really decide. So what happened was my natural hairstylist, which if you are looking to maintain your natural hair and you have dense hair like I do, like I've had my natural hairstylist and the lady who recently silk pressed my hair in last month or 2 months ago now, she was like, your hair follicle, it seems like you have 10 follicles coming out of 10 pieces of hair coming out of one follicle. And I was like, yeah, that's probably accurate. I don't know how scientifically correct that is, but when I tell you my hair is dense, my hair is dense because you can see like, and I'm not comparing myself to other people. When I see other people wear their hair, you can like see through their hair. You can't see through it. Like nothing going through this. And I feel like that's just amazing that God has made my hair like that, where it's like nothing, like, like God forbid a bee try to get in my afro, they really wouldn't be able to move, it's very thick. So last year, my natural hairstylist, shout out to Miriam, she was like, and I'll say this, maybe because I've been with her now for like 3 years. So I think it was like maybe a year or so ago, she put it in my ear. She was like, hey, you would look really good as a honey blonde. And I just love how Miriam, she does a good job of making natural hair fun, because I feel like natural hair can be so like, oh, it's hard and there's no softness to our hair, when actually our hair is very soft, but it's been, I don't even want to say commercialized. I don't know. I feel like online, I don't know. I don't want to put any of that, but I'll say this. I used to think my hair was very hard to deal with, and I realized that I just needed moisture. Right? So last year or 2 years ago now, she put the bug in my ear. You would look good as a honey blonde. And I was like, huh? And then last year I sat in the chair because last year I was on this mission of just maintaining my hair. And the one way I was focused on that last year was getting regular trims. So that's something else. Another way I maintain my thick hair is I trim my hair at least 3 times a year. Okay. So I do cut, and sometimes it's cut. It's not even trim. Sometimes, especially at the top of, well, actually, at the end of 2024, when I decided to get a silk press, because I always want to get a silk press during the winter holiday time, the person was like, I got to cut. Like, you have a lot of dead ends. And I was sad, but then I realized something. When you cut your hair, it signals to your hair like, okay, now I can grow, because there's no dead ends at the end. Like if you have all these dead ends, that you have to think it's like it's like a roadblock, if you will. And I don't know. I'm not the hairstylist, but so that was one of my things last year. So I sat in the chair thinking I was just going to get a trim and then she's going to wash my hair and stuff like that. And she was like, you want to dye your hair? And I was like, okay. And I think I was like a 3 p.m. appointment. 10 hours later, she dyed my hair and she did a fantabulous job. This is a year next month, March, will be a year since I've dyed my hair. And it now has like, I don't want to call it ombre, but I'll turn around for you. Like it's grown out so well. Like, let me know what you think. But she said it too. She's like, it's grown out because we follow each other online and I've been doing my content and stuff. And she's like, your hair has grown out so well. And I was like, that's all kudos to you. So my suggestion, I don't think it's good to dye your hair at home. Especially if you have a lot of hair, go to the professionals, go to the cosmetologist, like is that cosmetologist, or like go to the people that are trained, like they go to school, like, and they understand color theory and hair density, like they understand these things, because my hair would have broke off if I was like, I'm going to do it myself. Because also, remember when I told you all once I turned 30 that I shaved my head off again? At that time, I also bleached my hair. Mind you, this was maybe, so I said 4 years ago I did that because I'm 34 this year. So that means 2021. So we were still kind of in the house. So I was just like, y'all know how it goes. We were buying things we didn't need. We were stuck in the house. So I was like, I'm bleaching my hair myself. Thank God there was barely anything for me to mess up. But I was like blonde, y'all, for like super blonde, with like, that buzz cut. Every girl wants that. You want the pixie. It wasn't a pixie. Anyways. So thick hair requires intention. So that we're going to get into that. And yeah, I have a very full life. I don't like to say busy because I feel like busy is a cop-out. I have a full life. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a friend. I'm a sister. I'm a daughter, right? I'm all these things. So I have to be intentional with my time. Let me say it like that. So with that being said, I have to have routines, and my hair is one of those routines. I believe the same way that you have to brush your teeth twice a day, right? You have to do that. It's the same way I am with my hair. Like there's no if, ands, or buts about it. I don't understand why we put the hair, hell, we put ourselves on the back burner. Our kids will be dressed to the nines, but we look like shit. Make that make sense. And I know this is a hot take, but I want to at least make sure like I look to the nines, and obviously my kids, too, but also they're kids. And I feel like they should kind of have their own sense of autonomy and freedom in how they choose to show up in the world. So I make sure my kids' clothes are clean and all of these things, of course, but I'm not going to be such a stickler on making sure they have the latest shoes. I ain't doing none of that. I hear a footstep. Hold on. I tried to make sure. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Okay. This is real life. Just give me one moment. Okay, maybe that was just there. I'm by myself with them. My husband's not home yet, and like I made sure before I was recording that I fed them dinner, all that stuff. So my routine has to fit my real life, right? So let's get into it now. Wash day. So I'm looking down because I have a script. I wash my hair ideally every 7 days, if not 10. But after that, this afro, it just shrinks in on itself. And okay, we're gonna get into styling, but I wash my hair every 7 to 10 days because my hair needs a lot of moisture. I said that already because my hair is dyed. So because my hair is dyed, it is at risk for breakage, right? And it's gonna be more dry, right? So also with that being said, with my wash day, I make sure that I use hydrating shampoos. So I'm going to show you products, right? That's always the fun thing, at least I think, when I'm watching other people share. So this was recommended by my hairstylist. This is Olaplex number 4C. I think it's funny that it's called 4C because my hair is deemed as 4C. That type of hair texturism, or like how they do that is kind of a little problematic now because my hair can be seen as difficult, right? But your words have power. And I'm also going to share another resource towards the end. So make sure you continue to watch, like, comment, subscribe, right? Do all those things that will help with the mindset of things. But this is the Bond Maintenance Clarifying Shampoo because, and if Miriam is watching this, she can correct in the comments below. But when you dye your hair, you're breaking the bonds, right? So you need to make sure you maintain the bonds that how they are now with the color by using a bond maintenance clarifying shampoo. So it deep cleans, softens, restores shine and clarity, all hair types. They ain't lying. When they say that, I know they're talking to me, just calling the thing a thing. And this is, and you only use this once a week. This is very, like, it will make your, like, it strips down. When I tell you the Olaplex strips down, but it works. Because I had somebody else say they don't like Olaplex. The lady that silk pressed my hair, she was like, I feel like it's too stripping. So with that being said, once I use that, so that's the first shampoo, get all of the stuff, all the gook, the dirt, whatever out of my hair. Then right now, I am at time of recording. You know, y'all, if I get a brand deal with a different brand, don't be like, I thought you. Listen. If it works, right? If it works. But right now we're using Cebu, their CBD line. I got this, like I shared with you, I got my hair silk pressed. It was either it was December. It was Christmas time. That's my silk press lady now. She did my hair so good, and she handled it. Oh, so impressed, because I went to get my hair silk pressed somewhere else. I'm not going to drop the name because that is free advertisement. They did a horrible job. It was horrible. I didn't even walk out of the place and my hair was already puffing up. So they didn't know what they were doing. But this is their CBD moisture shampoo. So I went to Hair Cuttery. Shout out to a friend of mine. She has a lady that she's seen for years. And I saw her silk press. I said, girl, where you get that silk press done? Because I have this silk press right now that I'm trying to hide. I be wearing hats. I don't wear hats because I was so embarrassed. And she was like, oh, I go to this lady at Hair Cuttery. She's like, I know Hair Cuttery. That might seem strange, but the lady does a good job. So I was like, say less. So the lady that washed my hair, she uses the Hair Cuttery products, obviously. That's where she worked. And I actually loved how it smelled. I'm not really good with scents. I don't think it's a citrus. It's like a sweet citrus scent, but I really like it. I like this a lot. So after I strip the hair, I add moisture back with this, and then I use the CBD moisture conditioner. So this is the conditioner that I use. I get both of these Cebu products are the Hair Cuttery line. So you might be like, Hair Cuttery? Really? Girl, if you find somebody good, like, I highly recommend. So we do that, and then I talked about regular trims. Wash day determines everything. So every 7 days, 7 to 10 days, I'm washing this hair. Last night, if I'm going to be honest with y'all, because I did wash my hair last night, and that was like pulling it out to 10, 11 days. I didn't even section it. Normally, I section, but I was like, I don't want to. So I just be washing. It's not a whole thing. After I wash, then we have to continue to retain that moisture and styling. So my leave-in conditioner that I'm using at time of recording is Haima Beauty. This is a Black woman-owned company. Allison is the CEO. She is, I don't want to say like I know her, but we're like online friends, and I've created content for this brand, and I really like this. It works well for both me and my daughter's hair. So this is their Shine and Moisture Mask. It has aloe, guava seeds, and acai. It smells very clean. Like, it smells really nice. Let me show you all. And it works on my daughter's hair. Ooh. My daughter has a thicker looser curl pattern than me, and we both can use this. Like, you don't even have to put water in your hair, y'all. You know how normally you should. Please don't say I didn't. I said not to put water in your hair, but say for whatever reason, you're like, I just don't got it in me, right? You put a little bit of this, and it makes your hair like butter, okay? So I got hair in this, but it's very thick. I wish there was smell cam. Maybe, when my kids are my age, they'll be smell cam. It's very thick. I don't want to waste, because I actually really like this stuff, and I have purchased it as well. So I just use this once I get out of the shower. This is all I use. I use this. Oh, where is my comb? Let me see if I can, that's something else too. Your comb matters, like the detangling brush, and I think it was my somebody else that recommended this, but I use the Felicia Leatherwood. Can you see that? I use the Felicia Leatherwood brush. This is the truth. Brush with the Best. I believe that's like also part of like the Brush with the Best is like this brand. I don't, anyways, but look up Felicia Leatherwood brush. It is like a hard plastic. I like it also because hygienic wise, like me and my daughter use this brush, so I don't be like cleaning, but you can, what I'm getting at is like compared to like, you know, like these kind of brushes, I feel weird like wetting this brush because of the wood. This you can submerge in water. Like you can submerge this in water. And you know how there's those other brushes? I have another brush like this that's not Felicia Leatherwood, but it's like it's a dupe and a bad dupe. So this gives you a little bit of give, but not as much as the dupe. I'm pointing because that's where my kid's bathroom is, where my daughter wants to, practice brushing her hair. I'll let her use that other brush. This brush is coveted. This brush, when I don't have it, because sometimes my daughter's like, oh, I'm going to use it. You know how it goes. I like lose my ish. And I like this though, because when you hit a knot, it doesn't like pull as hard. And it's supportive. It supports you in the detangling, makes detangling. Well, this is the duo. This is the dream team. Okay, I can do my the styling of my hair. So like last night I flat twisted my hair. It took me 30 minutes. When I tell you wash day for me is not a day, it is no more than 2 hours, if that. Like if I'm really going in on washing my hair, but washing my hair 45 minutes. Like actually being in the shower and then out 30. So that's like less than 2 hours. That's it. Okay. So don't overload product, especially this, like a little, and I'm heavy. Y'all, I feel like us natural hair girlies, I feel like as black women in general, we love a quadrillop. Not a dot. Give me the whole. I don't know what it is, but we just, you want to be plathered, moisture, right? You want to look taken care of. You don't need a lot. Okay. Don't use a lot. Don't overload. Yeah. And that's it. I don't use oil. I don't use oil in my hair. I know that is like, what? You don't use, I don't oil my scalp. That was something that, my hairstylist, Miriam, she was like, we ain't using oils over here. And I said, I'm gonna listen to you because you're the one, this is your specialty. Who am I? I keep hearing footsteps. That's why I'm like, anyways, I'm like, who am I to say, oh, I have to use oil? I don't use oil, y'all. And my hair is very moisturized. So I flat twisted last night. I do about four flat twists. And then the back, because I'm not really that good with flat twisting my hair in the back yet, I just do regular twist in the back. It looks so good. I love it. Okay, so maintaining my blonde color, moisture. That's what I keep telling you all. Like moisture is priority. I don't do protein treatments. I know a lot of people online. Well, no, let me not say that. The people I be seeing online, they're like protein. This is the nurse side of me. So I admitted in the beginning of the video, genetically, like my grandma on my dad's side has very long, thick hair, as long as I can remember. So I have that, like that's just genetically in my DNA. Because even like my mom and my sister, their hair does not grow as quickly as mine does. And so genetics play a big role that I don't do the protein treatments because I'm afraid like too much of something is not good as well. And just because that's something else, just because you see somebody else doing something online, like this is what I'll say. I'm going ahead of myself. As a registered nurse, I implore you before you start adding hair products, because my hair routine is very simple. That's on purpose. Because like I said, I have a full life. Get your blood work done. Get your blood work done, because there could be underlying, most of the time, it's either just genetically your hair is not meant to be like long. Like that was something else too. My hairstylist was like, your hair is not going to grow down. Like your hair is just going to grow out. And I was like, oh. And even yesterday, you want to know something really interesting? Even yesterday, I was like, oh, like I still, like, can I admit this? I still have this image of me having like a looser hair pattern, curl pattern. So I'm like, when I see my hair, now I'm better. It's just interesting. But up until recently, I'm like, oh, like this is my curl pattern. I have a very thick tight. It's very tight curl pattern. Like that's what it is. And I like last night I was like, oh, or today when I took it out, I was like, yeah, this is me, you know? And so that goes into, I want to share a resource, which is a book, How to Love Your Afro by Paige Lewin. She is over here on the YouTubes. She is everywhere, just like me. She is amazing. She's over in the UK, but she made a book that it's a hair care guide, and it's a journey to embracing your authentic self. And the first chapter she discusses, because if you're like, girl, I don't like how my face looks with my afro, you know, like all of that. She breaks this book into 2 parts. So the first part is 7 chapters on mindset. Okay, 7 chapters on mindset. I have not fully read this book. I read like the first few chapters and I was like, yeah, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, because you have to change your mindset around your hair and notice how you're talking about your hair, especially to yourself and especially around your kids. Because no matter what race your child is, if you're talking negatively about somebody else's hair, that child will then talk negatively to like their friends that look like that with that kind of hair. You feel me? So be really careful, because I be guilty of it too sometimes. And I have to catch myself, like, because our kids are always listening. So we're going to wrap this up. What really matters is consistency is better than any new product. Consistency is better than any new product. Even with skincare, and I have a video I created recently, so you can check that out too, where I talk about how I cleared my skin, glass skin, boom, boom. But I use the same products. I've only recently, starting last year, added products. But for a good year, I was like, boom, only these 4 products, because I had a really bad experience. That's in another video with trying to clear my skin. And so anyways, technique is better than trends. So just having a good technique with your hair, and I'm still getting better with that. Patience is greater than force. So just being patient with your hair, noticing when you're detangling your hair, you're like, I had somebody one time say that when I was brushing out my hair. They're like, why are you being so rough? Like they left a comment and I was like, damn, you're right. Why am I being so rough? You don't need 20 products. You need a routine you'll follow when you are tired. So like I said last night, I did not want to do my hair, y'all. But I was like, I need to, because tomorrow, well, when you see this, it will be Well, I don't know when you're going to see this, but when I do publish it, it will be Valentine's Day. I think I'm going to put this on tomorrow or Sunday. Anyways, but either way, I was like, I have an event that I'm doing with a friend. We're doing a self-love event tomorrow, and I was like, I need to wash my hair so it looks nice, right? So, and day 2 hair is always chef's kiss for me. And you will only know that when you practice with your hair, right? So I know for me, day 2 hair, we go together real bad. Day 3 is all right. Day 4, day 5, girl, what we doing, right? But I don't really, it's not that I don't care, but I'm like, this is my hair. And I wear my hair like this on purpose, because I truly believe it's like a political statement. Like when I wear my hair, it's like, it is political. It is. You're just like, oh, you a black women's. And it's like, yep. Like you don't have to guess. You do not have to guess with me. So I'm going to leave you with this. Simplify your routine. Like simplify it. Like just remove everything, right? But how can you simplify your routine? Let me drink. 2 more minutes and I'll send you on your merry way. The only way you can simplify your routine is if you hire a professional hairstylist. So that's actually the first thing, is get you a hairstylist, preferably a natural hairstylist, somebody that specializes in natural hair. And then they will tell you, they will be like, this is what you use, right? And they will because they get commission and stuff too. So they're not like my girl, she ain't pushy like that, but she does such a good job that I'm like, I want to buy everything, right? And it's not really a lot of stuff. So do that first. They will tell you, and they'll make it, they're going to be like, use these things, because they know that with like, we don't want to have to use a lot of products, but then for whatever reason, like we end up using a lot of products because we're just like, we're taking suggestions from people like you're seeing me, other people on YouTube, but you're not sitting in the chair to get your actual personalized recommendation. So that's why you have all these products, because you're just taking, okay, she said to get this, let me get this. And then you go to the next video. Okay, the other girl said to get this, let me buy this, right? So sit in the people chair first, and then you go on your merry way. Be consistent, protect your hair at night, no matter what. Always wear your bonnet. Make sure your bonnet is clean, okay? And then I think I'm currently on what day is this? I think this is day 7. I think this is day 7 of 100 days on YouTube. So if you have watched till the very end, make sure you like, comment, and most importantly, please subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because I am posting every day on YouTube for the next less than 90 days now. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar. Bye.